Great, thanks.
Hey there, everybody. This is Ben Goldman. I'm here with Clare Hua, and we are talking about Survivor.
How'd you pronounce my last name?
Hua. Hua. Right? Is it right?
It's not wrong.
Ah, there we go. See, I don't speak fluent Chinese, but I'm close. Anyways, so Claire and I would like to take a minute to honor a very special Survivor contestant, Rudy Bosch, who died at 91 last week. Rudy was a retired Navy SEAL Master Chief Petty Officer. He was best known for being on Survivor Season 1, Borneo, when he was 72 when he played. He also came back for a second time in All-Stars, but it didn't go so well. He did come in third in the first ever season of Survivor, though. It was pretty impressive. Rudy, you will be missed.
We'll take a moment of silence just to honor him and his impact on the Survivor world, as he's probably set really an exceptional example for future contestants. So we'll take a moment. And Benjamin, would you mind removing your glasses?
Okay, well, on to the new episode of Survivor. So, tonight on Survivor Season 39, it was pretty exciting. In fact, I'll go ahead and say this. I may be jumping ahead a little bit. We may get to it in a second. But tonight was the season's first power play. What did you think of that power? This is the first time you've ever seen a power play, Claire.
We kind of were anticipating it because last week we were talking about how Lyro had extremely weak players.
Terrible.
I mean, it's just a mess of a team, but it was about time for somebody to step up. We know that Nora has been really trying to be the leader that she's always wanted to be.
Nora.
But it was time for Lyro to have a real leader, and Kellee really, she made some moves, and now she's put herself in a really, really great position. I was impressed. I wasn't quite sure she had it in her.
Well, let's tell them what she did first. Right. What she did was she actually took her immunity idol, the immunity idol she had gotten earlier. She gave it to
Dean.
Dean. She gave it to Dean. Took him out to the beach right before the tribal council, said, Dean, every single person on the tribe's going to be voting for you, but I'm going to give you my immunity idol and you use it so it doesn't look like it's coming from me. You stick around, and then we have each other's backs afterwards.
She played that really, really well. I mean, she definitely took a leap of faith going with Dean. You know, because he could have flipped on her and tried to vote her out, especially if he knew that everybody else was going to vote for him on the off, so that one or two votes that aren't for him, that's going to be the game changer. It was. It ended up being.
Yeah. He could have defended himself and voted for her, and then she would have been out of the show.
Yeah, it would have been.
She took a big risk, but it was a true Survivor power play. It was great. It was beautiful.
I was actually really impressed because I wasn't sure that she had that kind of pull or emotional sway on the rest of the team.
I had told you before, I had some expectations for her. She had kind of hinted at being more clever than she was in the first episode or two.
Yeah, she definitely has laid low, been nice to everyone. She played Island of the Idols really well in terms of just, not telling anyone what was going on. And then, she's also gotten extremely lucky.
Oh, yeah.
She was really lucky that everyone else who went to the Island of the Idols didn't blow her cover. And then she was also really lucky, even with her power play, because I had forgotten until we saw it happen, but right after Dean took out his immunity idol, right before the vote count, Jamal pulled out his immunity idol. Yeah, and I had forgotten that he even had his, so that was an extremely risky move, especially as Kellee was going to go for either Jack or Jamal. We didn't know until after the vote.
Who was the girl he gave the idol to? Nora. Jamal gave his idol to Nora. So let's give you let's tell a little backstory. We walk into tribal, right? This is gonna be the first tribal that's gonna decide who's gonna be on the jury, by the way. Mm-hmm. But we walk into tribal and we have this whole concept that everyone is going to be basically going for Dean because he's the outside player, other than Kellee, who's got her secret plan. But then everything kind of goes to heck So Nora makes this really weak pitch for a women's alliance, and then Kellee grabs it and starts running with it, and then Jamal interjects. I'll let you explain. Tell them your perspective.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Nora, she wasn't. I don't even think she had mentioned a women's alliance at all until Jamal brought it up. She went on some rant about Dean and about Jamal and who was the safer player, to keep on, or who was more dangerous and who was more likable, like a million other Nora things. And then Jamal interjected. No, I'm sorry. Dean started talking about his place in the team because he had been called out by Nora, and then Jamal was the other person that Nora called out. So he really started putting himself forward. That was a mistake. So I think he tried to smooth things over, and I think it was. He tried to really be supportive of the rest of the team, especially the women who were.
But it was all about the effects of the conversation, though. Like, let's talk about what that actually did to him and to the tribe when he started having that conversation.
Well, yeah, he put the idea in their heads.
And then she seized on it. Nora seized on it. Really
Kellee
quickly.
seized on it.
Well, Nora jumped on it for like 2 sentences, and then Kellee starts explaining women's alliances.
Kellee went in first.
Did she?
Yes, she
Kellee
did.
did a great pitch for a women's alliance. See about that. Anyways, enough about the discussions of social dynamics and all that other stuff. Let's get back to talking about this vote off that led to the end of Jack. Jack got voted off. It was Jack. So they had this whole discussion. The women's alliance kind of started forming, but that wasn't where it ended though, because when you get to the voting part, like obviously you already said both Dean and Jamal pulled out idols, but when you get to the actual votes, I thought it was so interesting that Kellee wrote down Dean's name.
I think that was her kind of backup plan, was that in case something, did happen where neither Jamal nor Jack, who she had brought up to potentially be voted off, that neither of them were voted off, that she could always fall back and she'd be like, oh no, I voted for Dean, and that would be true.
Oh, yeah. Do you think Kellee had looped Nora into that? Because Nora, weirdly enough, did vote for Jack. Dean obviously did because Kellee told him to. But do you think Kellee also told Nora to put that vote in too, so she could remove suspicion from herself and also have 2 people voting for the person she wanted off, so she wouldn't have to do it?
I think there's a high chance of that.
She's clever. And what we also need to talk about Island of the Idols too. I completely forgot about the Island of the Idols event that happened today.
It was kind of uneventful.
It was I feel like the whole point of Island of the Idols right now has basically been to see if anyone will turn down the chance to get an early immunity idol, which unless you're a big target, are usually not that helpful. But look what Kellee did with it. Kellee made that immunity idol super valuable.
Yeah, in this episode, it was really, really important. So Kellee she got her idol through the Island of the Idols. Jamal got his by just walking around the island and finding it.
Classic Survivor.
And it was just. So Janet went to the Island of the Idols. She had no idea what to expect.
Nope.
But she also, when she came back, she maintained the lie she didn't say anything about Sandra.
Well, Janet didn't accept the challenge.
She also didn't accept the challenge, and obviously Boston Rob was super pleased that she didn't take the challenge.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens with Kellee next week, because they are merging next week. And the previews did say, some of the previews from the next episode, had her name kind of floating out there. So we'll see if her stint as the leader of Lyro or leader of certain secret leader of certain alliances.
That's the problem she runs into is I don't know if when the tribes come together, I don't know if her numbers are going to hold up any. Within her own tribe, she's played a clever game, but it would probably take 2 more weeks for her to really solidify much of an alliance on her side. Yeah. And if they come together right now, she may lose. She may just be out an idol.
There are too many loose cannons in Lyro, like Jamal.
Oh yeah. Well, Dean could turn
Nora.
Dean could turn on her and go back to his old tribe.
He could do that too.
I would if I were him.
There are too many loose cannons in Lyro, and I mean Karishna's very flip-floppy.
Karishna's flip-flopping's literally the only thing Karishna does.
Yeah, it's a mess on that side, which is why I actually am rooting for Kellee, because she made this huge play.
Oh, it was great.
And I want it to work out for her
I love
for at
power
least
plays.
another couple episodes.
She took a risk, and it, for now, paid off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really curious to see what happens in the merge. I've obviously never seen how this goes, but it should definitely change up the tempo for Survivor for the next, the foreseeable future until the end of the.
So I'm excited to see the next episode. Are you, Claire?
I am, because the last two have been actually pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
All right. So thanks, guys, for tuning in to our Survivor covering this week.
And before we go, I do have to give a shout out to our most active subscriber, JK101. So thanks for subscribing. We hope you bring your friends next time.
Are we sure it's not JKLOL?
Oh my God, you're right.
Thanks, JKLOL. I got your joke. Anyways, we'll be catching you next week with another review for Survivor. This has been Ben Goldman.
And this has been Claire with Penn Entertainment, and we'll see you next time.
How do you pronounce your last name, Claire?
No one will ever know.
Wah!
Follow our YouTube channel to watch our featured videos and original shows. See you there.
Survivor dance. Come on, Claire. Don't leave me alone. Survivor dance. Don't leave me alone.
Is that the Survivor dance? I thought we were doing the Johnny Bravo dance.